Yo, what's up guys, Vincenzo from AC Milan Swiss coming back at you once again for more whatever. Today, we're going to be doing another review on the Roma versus AC Milan game. And also, we're going to answer some questions at the end of the episode. So stay tuned if you got a question answered. So without any further ado, let's get into this. But before you do, make sure you check out Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all at AC Milan Swiss. And also check out the link in the description for our merch. And make sure you guys pick that up. So yeah, let's get into this. A very convincing win for the Rossoneri. We won 2-1 in the San Siro versus Roma, which I feel like everybody is very pleased with. And, you know, like me, you know, I noticed that Milan was playing a lot better. They played a lot more possession, and then they just more tactical. I feel like Gattuso really has nailed down this Milan team, and he is now 2-0 versus Roma. And people still like want him out, but I totally disagree. So yeah, I mean, Milan, they played fantastic, you know, early on in the first half, kind of like in the middle of the first half. We opened the scoring with a nice ball in from Rodriguez coming from the left side of the field, and he kind of sweated across the field to Kessie, and you know, he just put it in, which is fantastic. It was kind of the first half, it was a lot Milan. That first half was all Milan. I feel like they just played way better than Roma in the first half. And then the second half, kind of like towards like the middle again, kind of like the 55th minute or 50th, Roma did end up scoring. But I mean, I felt like it could have been totally avoidable. But regardless, they scored. So middle of the half, like kind of like in the 60th, I believe, Higuain did end up scoring. However, it was offside. I'm going to put a picture up here. Comment down below if you guys think it was offside. I personally didn't think so. And then I feel like the moment that we all, you know, were just screaming our ass off was when Cutrone scored the 95th minute winner, which was a fantastic ball from Higuain, kind of slotting it right in between the Roma defense, and Cutrone left wide open, and surely he put it in, and that just sealed it. That put the game to bed, and that's all she wrote. I feel like Milan, they played very well. I feel like, you know, in the previous game against Napoli, they played good up until like the 60th minute. You know, they kind of just gave up, and they let in, you know, 2 other goals. So I feel like in this game, they were a lot more like compact, and they were a lot more like committed to finish the game. So I feel like that really did help, and they just didn't give up, and they played until the last minute, which I couldn't stress it enough last season that they didn't, you know, go until the end of the game, you know, to win, you know, because we gave up a lot of goals last season. But then this year, Milan is totally at a different level as last year. You know, we got a big name like Higuain leading our team, you know, and he's a total threat for the opposition. But regardless, I feel like Milan, they played fantastic. I would probably give the team a solid, like, average. I would probably give him like a 7.5. Absolute dominance. It was like 26 shots, 10 on target for Milan. And we had the side of possession. I believe it was like 51% possession. But regardless, we totally dominated Roma. And Gattuso is now 2-0 versus Roma. Which is great, you know what I mean? So I feel like since Roma did sell a lot of their stars like Strootman, Alisson, and Nainggolan, they really did struggle. You know, that's 2 midfielders that they sold, which is Nainggolan and Strootman, which were huge impacts. And then not only that, their goalie was gone. Olsen, I mean, he's not as, you know, high caliber as Alisson. And also, Florenzi was injured, so I feel like Milan really did get lucky here. However, we just dominated. We tactically beat Roma, and that's all it comes down to, is if you can finish the game right, and Milan did. They totally dominated. So again, I would probably give the team rating a solid like 7.5. I feel like for me personally, man of the match was probably Çalhanoğlu. Maybe I can add in like a Higuain, which, I mean, he did get man of the match, but if it wasn't him, for me, it would probably be Çalhanoğlu, or obviously Cutrone scoring the winner. So Either one of those three I would have been fine with. Now we're gonna come for the segment, I guess a Q&A. I don't know. But I posted something on our Instagram. If you didn't see, it was on our story, and it was all like, send us like questions so you can possibly get featured on this episode. So the first question we got here is from Blart BBB, which is prediction: in which place will AC Milan finish? And like I said before, I believe if they play like this every single game, or at least, you know, consistently, then I think Milan can get either third or fourth place. You know, especially with the players that we have now, definitely a fourth or fifth place finish for Milan. So great question. And then Milanero says, until what phase do you see Milan at the Europa League? So as you know, the Europa League draw did happen, and this is Milan's group here. I feel like it's a fairly easy group, so I feel like we're definitely gonna go past. I say, again, with the team that we have, if we can play consistent, I feel like we can definitely go to the quarters or the semifinals. Because remember, there are still teams from the Champions League that will come down to the Europa League and definitely compete. That was the case with last year when Atletico Madrid came down, and, you know, they won it. So they won it all. So yeah, definitely a quarterfinals or a semifinals for Milan. Most definitely. So yeah, great question, Milanero. And then J. Camilo Bacchiero said, Gattuso is ruining the team. We need Antonio Conte. So now, when I saw this comment, this was before Milan played Roma. So then, I feel like this guy is really doubting Gattuso now. But, I mean, Gattuso is literally the coach that Milan needed all of these years. Someone who can motivate the players to do good. And look at this. You know, yeah, sure, we lost against Napoli, but that's literally the second best team in league. You know, what are you going to do? You know, and we scored 2 goals first. You know, we were 2-0 up from Napoli, and we beat Roma. So, if you tell me that Gattuso is ruining the team, you're completely incorrect. You know, if anything, Gattuso is improving this team, you know, mentally. He is getting into all these players' heads. And I think it does help that Maldini and Leonardo are there, because these players are thinking that, okay, I need to show these guys that I'm worth wearing the badge. So, yeah, Gattuso is not ruining the team, and I feel like he's just making it better. So, yeah, on to the next question. Do you think Cutrone will get enough time on the pitch with Pipita being the number 1 striker? I mean, that is a very difficult question, because Cutrone, you know, he scored the 90th minute winner. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like if I were Gattuso, I'd probably rotate them. Against the smaller teams, I would play Cutrone, but then against the bigger teams, I would play Higuain. So, I mean, I feel like that was like a lot of your guys' question and who should play. But I feel like they should rotate them. But if it were up to me, I would play Higuain a lot more than Cutrone, and I would probably like sub in Cutrone for like someone else, so that him and Higuain can at least play on the same field once in a while. So for me, I feel like Cutrone isn't gonna get enough time, but he still will play. And then next question, which isn't really a question, it's kind of more of a demand, but Marco BU2 says, play FIFA 18 AC Milan career mode, please. Now with FIFA 19 shortly coming out, I know I made a couple FIFA videos in the past, but I mean, if you guys would like to see a FIFA 19 career mode, make sure like you comment down below, or even like this video if you think I should do a FIFA 19 career mode, or put it in the comments. That'll let me know whether to do it or not. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. And then this is kind of like more personal, but I like this question. And then he said, this was Milan Man 99. He said, when and why did you start supporting Milan? Keep up the great work on this account. So a lot of people may know that before I started supporting Milan, I was actually a Juve fan. Due to my dad, I was kind of, brought up being a Juve fan. And then towards, my kind of teenage years, when I was like 12 or 13 years old, I saw Milan play in the Champions League. And that was with the team with like Ibrahimovic and when Gattuso was still playing on the team, and Inzaghi and players like that. And, I just liked how the team was. I liked who, I don't know, I just liked the team. And then I started supporting Milan in 2012-13. Likewise, when Ibrahimovic was on the team. I mean, I even have an Ibrahimovic Milan jersey. So, that's when I started supporting Milan, and ever since, I stuck through the dark times, especially when we got 10th place, in 2014-15, and then, with the rise of us coming to the Europa League, I see Milan really starting to go up from here. So times are looking good for us, guys. So yeah, let's keep going. And then from Menez 18, the greatest moment you remember watching for Milan. Definitely the winner from Coutron. No, I'm just kidding. The greatest moment that I watched Milan do. Man, there was a lot. I mean, yeah, I would say Supercoppa 2016 was pretty good. I mean, I think Locatelli's winner versus Juve was pretty good. But I would probably say the game versus Sassuolo in the 2016-17 season. I know it's kind of random, but this was when Milan was, I think, 3-1 down, and we came back and we won the game 4-3 with a Paletta header. Now, I know that was kind of random, but I mean, for me, I feel like that was kind of one of the best moments I remember watching as a Milan fan, because yeah, I was a Juve fan in the past, but that was probably the best Milan moment I had. So yeah, that's all the questions that we have today. But yeah, again, we're gonna do this every video if you guys want, which will probably happen. So yeah, make sure when I post these, if you guys want your question revealed or answered, make sure you guys check it out in our story, and yeah, just type it, and yeah, I'll choose. So yeah, I think that'll do it all for this episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, if you guys lasted this long. So yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and also check out the link in the description for our merch, and also check out the other link in the description for our website, acmilanswiss.net. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao ragazzi.